Hey, please stop what you're doing right now. Go to the description and follow the second channel, IQ Shaheed's Revenge. We're on the road to 5K, all different content. Run it up, run it up, run it up. Let's get into this.
All rise. Court for the First Judicial District of the State of Utah and for the County of Cache is now in session. The Honorable Judge Spencer D. Walk is presiding. You may be seated.
All right, good morning. Let's call the case of State of Utah versus Kentrell Deshaun Galden, case 241100468. Counsel, please state your names for the record.
Aaron Jossie for the state. Drew Finling and Zach Finling on behalf of Mr. Galden.
All right, we're here today for a preliminary hearing and a bail hearing. I've had the opportunity to meet with the attorneys in chambers, and it does appear that there has been some type of arrangement reached between the parties. Mr. Finling, would you like to go ahead and state that for the record, please?
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, counsel for the state and myself have been in negotiation really since yesterday, but throughout this morning, and I've explained those negotiations to Mr. Galden. We are going to waive a preliminary hearing in this matter. In exchange for that, a bond will be set at $100,000. Mr. Galden will be able to use a commercial company to make that bond. That will be an aggregate bond covering everything in total, as contained in the charging instrument.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Finling. Mr. Keller, does that accurately represent the agreement that's been reached between the state and Mr. Galden?
Yes, it does, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Galden, have you had enough time to speak to your attorneys about this decision to waive your right to your preliminary hearing?
Yes.
All right. Do you understand that the standard at a preliminary hearing is a much lower burden of proof that the government would have to meet than at trial? So instead of proof beyond a reasonable doubt, it's a lower burden of proof, which is there a reasonable belief that a crime was committed by you? And the court has to view all the evidence that it would receive in a light most favorable to the government, to the prosecution. Understanding that legal standard and having had discussions with your attorneys, do you hereby waive your right to your preliminary hearing?
Yes.
All right. The court finds that Mr. Galden has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to his preliminary hearing. He will be bound over for trial on all the charges set forth in the information, the charging document in this case. Bail will be set through stipulation of the parties at $100,000. That will be bondable. And in talking to the attorneys, it sounds like they would like to set this out for an arraignment at a later point in time. Mr. Finley, would you like to go ahead and articulate anything specific related to that?
Yes, Your Honor. As discussed in chambers, and I explained to Mr. Galden, even if it's set up for arraignment, say in 60 days, the court has made it clear through discussion with counsel, if there is a resolution well before then, we're welcome to come back before Your Honor at any point in the future.
Okay, very good. So we'll set Mr. Galden's arraignment out in about 60 days. That arraignment would take place through WebEx. We'll have Mr. Galden brought here to the courthouse, and then if Mr. Finley would like to appear remotely for that hearing, he may do so. Also, if the attorneys reach some sort of resolution prior to those 60 days expiring, then just reach out to Angie and we'll get that on my calendar in a timely fashion. Angie, a date about 60 days out for that arraignment on a Monday morning, probably. July 1st, at what time? 9? Okay, so that would be July 1st at 9 a.m. or 1:30 p.m. Mountain Time, whatever you'd prefer.
Either one.
Okay, let's do 9 a.m. Does that work for the state?
It does, yes.
All right, Mr. Galden, your arraignment will be July 1st, 9 a.m. You'll be brought over from the Cache County Jail, assuming that you're still incarcerated. If not, you'd be able to appear remotely for that hearing as well, or appear in person, whatever your preference would be. Is there anything else that needs to be stated on the record here today, counsel?
On behalf of Mr. Galvin.
Nothing further from the state.
All right, with that, we'll conclude this hearing. Court is adjourned.
Just let him know that's what we're doing.
Came on from the cameras, hang on outside today. This nigga don't act, and no time behind the way. This nigga YB, bro. YB does it again. Well, not quite yet, but I guess he kind of did, because that nigga finna go home. As long as he doesn't have some kind of other hold on him, those pop up out of nowhere. If you know what a hold is, that's if another organization or police department or agency, that's what the word I'm looking for. If another agency, once has a charge against you or something, a pending charge. But this what money do, bro. That's what money do. I ain't mad at broski at all. Like, hey, I really feel like, and then pushing your arraignment back, you can almost guarantee that he's gonna take a plea. Now I don't know what kind of plea I don't know what's going, but he might even, take some shit like some drug type shit. I use drugs, I'm a drug addict, I need a drug program. But that's what money do, bro. If you just looked at that shit, them lawyers he got you can just tell they know what's going on. Then they already, talk with the fucking prosecute. Like, that's what money do, bro. That's what the fuck money do. Youngboy does it again, bro. He got bread. He bypassed his preliminary hearing to go to his to push his arraignment and go to his arraignment, which is basically a formal reading of the charge. Well, actually, let me read the exact definition, just so I don't want to paraphrase it. This is from Wikipedia, if y'all niggas can't see Wikipedia. Arraignment is a formal reading of a criminal charging document in the presence of the defendant. And they said that he can do it remotely, which means he can do it from the computer. He could be at the crib. That nigga about to record 8 albums, you hear me? And even if he does plead guilty, you know what I mean? And let's say he does get a little bit of jail time for that, which I don't know how that's gonna work, but I guess it can if he's still fighting his federal case. But that nigga probably want to go to jail, man. He said on the I already said he said on the Bootleg Kev video interview that nigga, I think I'm gonna go to jail, man. Nigga probably just want to get away from the world. You know what I'm saying? You beef, like I said, you beef with all these ops. You got all these crazy baby mamas, all this motherfucking everything going on with you. I wouldn't be surprised that nigga want to go away, bro. He's still young anyway. He probably like, nigga, I'm still young. I'm gonna be rich as fuck sitting in the cell if I have to sit in that cell, even if it's for a little bit of time, you know what I'm saying, or a lot of bit of time, or they may give him some kind of drug program. You feel me? I'm pretty sure they know it's clear that it wasn't like he was getting the shit and selling it. He was getting the syrup and the pills and shit and taking it. So really, nigga, he's a junkie. Or let me use proper. He's an addict. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, I think he finna wiggle up out of this one somehow, some way. But yeah, man, YB granted a 100K bond, bro. This nigga's a beast when it comes to, it's like stupid when it comes to him catching these dumbass cases, but then he always like finagles his way, bro. Like, and it is partially money. It's majority money, I should say. And just also not having, I guess, super duper serious charges. I mean, the other charge you fighting with the federal shit is different, but I'll go in there and be like, nigga, I'm a junkie. It was me on the phone. Y'all, if y'all listen back to this shit, y'all can tell that's my voice. Give me a drug program, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like Kodak. He might be busting the Kodak move, you feel me? But YB, man, YB does it again, man. 100K bond. What y'all think? Y'all think YB going to jail? Y'all think he not? I don't even know what to think anymore with this whole Youngboy saga. This nigga's just so all over the place at times. I'm just sitting back and watching like the rest of y'all, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think though. Like, comment, subscribe, notification bell. I'm gone. Yeah.
Okay, what the hell are you doing? Success I'm pursuing. All of a sudden you truant. You ain't even improving. I rock and roll, I'm grooving. I'm teaching nigga, no student. Hot boy, no juvie.